But I'm gonna do a little 20-hour review on this bike, do some pros and cons, and talk my way through it best I can. We'll probably get through this section. I'll do it down at the bottom. It's a 24-300 XCW. I got it about 2 months ago, and I came off of a 2019 300 XCW, and before that I had a 2000 YZ426. So, you know, when you come off of a 2000 4-stroke and go on to a 2019 fuel injected, hydraulic clutch, PDF suspension, 2-stroke, it's like the angels were out there going, ah. So, but to come off of the 19 and to get on this, I can promise you the expectations are set pretty high, because I love that bike. I had it set up for me, as everybody does. I'm not great at suspension. I usually do what they tell me to do and leave it alone. I don't spend thousands on it. I mean, the bike alone is damn near $12,000. You end up putting, you know, $1,200 and shit on it anyways. And so, you know, you don't want to, I don't know, I don't. I ride like an old man. Got power band on. You calling an old man? Whoa. Oh, I think we missed the turn. But, so anyways, I'll do a little pros, some cons. I think I bitched about the suspension to my friends a little bit. But man, out of the box, this thing, anything that you see as far as troubles is user error. That's all it is. It's just user error. The bike is just fantastic though. So I think a lot of people have said that the out of the box suspension is great. So I'll do a little heel clicker there. I don't know if I could do that. I can't even tie my shoe. But it is just, I remember hitting a bump last weekend and just fucking absorbed every bit of it. It sucked that front suspension the whole way to the bottom. I was like, holy Christ in heaven. Now, I ride with an IRC V35 up front and the 33S in the back. So, the 33S is cheating. It just is. It really is cheating. There were some hills last weekend that were just boogers, and the V33S just didn't even split away. So my second thing, loving about the bike, is the traction. So the suspension pretty much leads into the traction. The traction for the rear tire. I think Dirt Bike Channel guy had complained a little bit about it. Said, hey, I have to do this with the sag, do this, do that. Well, I don't know anything about all that. It seems to be pretty good. We have the suspension and the traction. Finally, the weight balance. I feel like I can sit still on this bike, and it's just dead on. it's really good. It just feels good as I go off the track. But it's just really well balanced. Which leads me to my next one. Perfect timing. The starter switch. Off. You cheap son of a bitch. Come on, KTM. You can't build a better bike and then put a shit switch on it. No. So let's say the bike costs, well, I think it's $11,500. So make the damn bike $11,550 and put a better switch on it. Don't give me this shit start or stop. My start, I think the stop button's already broke. I do. Yeah, I'll try it up here. Who the hell is that? Yep, look at me, look, can you see? I'm hitting the stop button. Nothing. 20 hours. Stop. Stop. I got a start button. No stop button. 20 fucking hours. So, don't be cheap, KTM. Don't be dumb. Put on the one that you had on the 19 is great. Enduro Engineering was like, oh, sweet, KTM is being dumb. We're going to make $7 trillion off of selling these goddamn start-stop switches. So, I don't know, Enduro Engineering is owned by KTM, and that's just another plot, but sell the bike for a couple more bucks if you need the money. Put on a start-stop switch. That's my only major complaint. Another con, this you saw in the film last week, and the engine is definitely down on power. I bought the map switch. I'll give another shout out. I think, boy, I'm trying to remember. It's like a Paulian 2822 on YouTube. Corrected me on the map switch situation. So it is on page 18 of the owner's manual. Unfortunately, I can't read, or obviously I can't read, but yeah, it comes in the standard. I would shut it off and show you, but the fucking bike doesn't shut off. It comes in the standard white. This green is advanced. So I thought it was the other way around. Now I put this map switch on at probably 5 hours. So I did it too early. Get used to the bike. Don't put anything on there until you ride it for a little bit and you get the feel for the motor. It's probably, like I mentioned it, it's down on power a bit, but it's up on traction big time. So they probably did that on purpose. I'm not mad at KTM for doing that. That is completely cool. That's fine. That's a barely con. So that's a barely con. So we got the start. I'll call it the start button because it doesn't fucking stop right now. So that sucks. The engine's down on power a little bit, but traction's up. So, it's a good trade-off. If you're doing like XCW, if you're buying an XCW, you're buying it for the woods. You're buying it for this fun stuff. If you want a ton of power, go buy the XC. The XC is just the way to go. Like those rocks back there were non-existent. I don't even know. Don't make me do it if I don't have to do it. Don't make me do it. I like the seat. The seat's hard as shit. It's actually funny. I sent my dad a pic when I bought the bike, and he's like, "Where's the fucking seat?" It's just everything's orange on this bike. It looks like goddamn pumpkin on steroids. Nice. But let me think. Oh, I got it. Well, I'll do a combination of two things because they're so close. When I look down, it does seem to use a lot more fuel and oil than my 19. I'm doing my review, goddammit. So it uses a lot more fuel and oil, I've noticed. It's just, it spews that shit. You know, and hey, what? Hey, guess what, KTM? Why don't you, user error. So the, good God, that radiator cap takes a team of 16 scientists and a strongman competition to get open. It does. But it seems to like cool pretty well. I know it's got some of those fins and some of those weird shit, but it seems to cool pretty decent. What's up, man?
Can you pivot turn?
Can I? Not wow. Why?
There's a good place to practice it.
Pros: suspension, traction, balance. Cons are start stop switch, and I can't say it without cussing, so whatever. Start stop switch, engine power, but that also leads to traction, so who cares? And I forget what else. The gas consumption and damn cheap ass. So nice to be back here. Alright, I'm gonna finish up my 20-hour review because Don yelled at me and he goes, "You didn't summarize it." Well, I'd like to start by saying one thing about the bike. So, on the cons last week, I did mention that the starter switch was garbage. So, still stand by that statement. However, I have a nice update. My friends at Bentley's Motorsports in Murraysville, which is where I bought this bike, they helped me work with KTM and got me a new starter switch put on. So grateful for that. That was nice. I'm not trying to be cheap with the bike. Ow. Speaking of cheap, that fucking hurt. Ow. That's why you wear protection, folks. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna feel that Monday, you bitch. Just give me a second. That twisted me like a pretzel. So, let me get back to the review. You dumb shit. That hurt. Hey, it's wet down here. Oh, Christ. I knew I was going down. Oh, my demise. Oh, your mother's ass. Oh, damn it. I got my bike wet. So, to start out the day, I went down the mud pit and I hit a tree. And it kind of got me flexed like a pretzel. I'm not mad. It's just a shitty way to start your fucking day. Butthole. So what was I saying? I can't give Bentley's props like that and then walk away. I gotta hook them up a little better than that. I just hit my head. You know, I ride like an asshole. Well, that's because I am an asshole. So starter stop switch. Huge props to Bentley's for hooking me up, putting a new start stop switch on. To summarize, although I was just left on the ground back there, but best bike I've ever ridden out of the box. 2024 KTM 300 XCW. Suspension is really amazing. Bike's so much more capable than I am, as we saw back there. Pretty dark in the woods. Bike is so much more capable. I've ridden a decent amount of bikes at this point. I had a 19 before this, so this had a lot to live up to, because I really like that 19. I know it's first year for the TBI or TPI on the 19. So there's a little controversy about that. People loving their carbureted bikes and shit like that. But I had that 19 for 4 years and rode it and crashed it, wrecked it, yelled at it. That bike never failed me. It started up, no questions asked. Great bike. Really enjoyed that bike. So to get the 24, it just had a lot to live up to, and it really did. It really did. So great suspension. Motor's down a little bit on power, but traction's up. So that's just one of those things that you almost have to trade off. Like, do you need a ton of power? Do you need XC power for woods riding? Not really. Not really. You need to be able to get the power to the ground and ride the bike. So, and that's what this does. So I know there's a lot of beta lovers out there to watch our channel. It's a great bike. Don's already put a new head on it. He's had a couple plugs foul already. He's out there with the screwdriver this morning. If you want a bike that you can just wake up in the morning and hit the starter button and just ride the shit out of and just be happy as a pig in shit, buy the XCW 24 TBI. Just monster bike and so much fun to ride. And still, tons of power. Just hits different. Suspension, what bump, what bump, what bump, what bump, what bump. Just KTM. I know you'll probably never see this, but fire that person in procurement that said, hey, we can save money if we just get one switch instead of the two buttons that worked forever on all of the bikes. So, I mean, don't fire them. You know, make them clean up or something like that. But yeah, summarize, great bike. Love this bike. Best bike out of the box you can buy, hands down. You can probably have 40 people ride this bike and they'll say the same thing. So, there, I said it.